They were the ones didn't get started with the first two. They saw a post and they asked you what they are, and you sent text one out of the boards, right? Text scripts. That's what you do. We post the pre-made posts for 7 weeks at a time. How many of you are posting the posts from the boards 7 days at a time in a row? Give me a 2 in the chat. How many of you are doing that? Look at all these 2s. Do you know what that is? That is activity. If there is anything I can have you get from today, I love all those 2s, is if you will do the right activity, you will rank advance. If you do the right activity, you'll look on Friday and you'll have commissions in your check. If you do the right activity, your team will follow you and do what you do. Now, how many of you want a rank advancement? Yeah. How many of you want a check on Friday in your commissions? Yeah. How many of you want a team to do this with? Okay. So if that's the case, then what I am going to go over today, this isn't Dr. Kristal's plan. In fact, let me do something here. I'm going to change my name on here because today I'm not Dr. Kristal. I'm Kristal. You're going to get the business Kristal. Are you a business owner? Yeah. Are you treating this like a business? Are you looking at numbers and having a panic attack? That's what business owners do. Just kidding. That is not what business owners do. Actually, what the best business owners do is they look at numbers and it excites them because they know how to change them and get more. So if you're someone who has a problem with numbers, that when you pull up your volume and you panic, like you look at the scale, then we've got to learn to pull emotion to the side and focus on activity. So today, let's focus on the right activity. Are you ready? All right. I want you to make sure you have a paper. You got your paper? Your notebook? Awesome. I see all the notebooks coming up. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you, you're going to need a system for tracking this. I'm old school. What do I use? A whiteboard. All of my teams have their own whiteboard. It's on my office wall, and I update it every week. Okay? Because I'm updating it every week. All right. So there's no secrets here. Activity is the key. What is your why for this summer? We are getting ready to go into the summer months. Some of you are teachers. Some of you know teachers. Having the summer different, I want you to take this summer and make this year explode. I like that. Make $1,000 a month. We know how to do that, don't we? All right, a new car. Oh, I'm sorry for the total. All of these whys that are coming in here, I want you to put your why in here. I'm going to give you a second because I want you to make a decision of what your why for the summer is. Okay, pool deck and wedding, $2,000 a week, education, rank, wedding. What's your why for the summer? Now you have your why for this summer, why are you going to do the activity I'm going to teach you? Because it's what makes the difference here. If you know your why, we're going to stay focused. We're going to stay focused. All right. I see your whys. They keep coming in. And I'm going to give you the time to make it, post it, declare it, because we're going to do something with that declaration. And I'm so proud of you guys for dreaming. This is a big moment, all of you posting this in here. Your why is what will get you through the rough times. Any person that ever identifies their why will break through any moment of awkwardness because you know why you're doing it. Okay. I see it slowed down. I hope you'll give me a second to do something, because when you declare something, you set it into motion. But when you pray over it, something powerful happens because it's no longer in your power. So if you don't mind, and if you do, put your fingers in your ears. But Father God, I pray right now over every single one of these people and their businesses and their families. But Father God, I ask you to bless their why, to keep their why in front of them over these summer months, and to take this community, this group of people that would give their Saturday just a little bit of time. The only thing you give us, our time. It's precious. Father, we ask that you bless it today and that you cast the vision, that you bring it to life. We're going to do the action. Will you put your power behind it? In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, let's go to work. All right. Ooh, we win. We win. Okay. You now know your why. So what work do you need to do? I need you to take your paper and I need you to make it say line 1 and line 2. 2 teams. If you've got more than that, I want you to just right now, I want you to identify 2 teams. And then do you see how I have 1 through 10? You've got 10 spots in both of those lines. Now, if you don't have anybody to put in those, that's why we're here. Now, we're not just putting any old name in those lines. Okay. In fact, you might have a team of 4,000 people and not have anybody in those lines yet. You're like, what? What is going on? Hold up. All right. What we want to do, every single one of those whys is fed by one thing: moving towards getting optimized. So we are going to onboard. We're going to use boards. You're going to get on boards to optimize your business. Onboard to optimize. We're going to run these 2 lines with some strategy to get optimized by the end of the summer. And you can do it. We have people doing it in 6 weeks, 8 weeks. What can you do in the next 90 days? You can do this. Okay. Take a picture if you got it. Line 1, line 2, 10 spots. Why do you want to get optimized? If you have line 1 at 13,334, that's optimized. And you have line 2 at you need 2 lines at 13,334. Now you might be looking at that and saying, that's a lot. It is by yourself. That's why every leader gets up and says, it's team. You're not going to optimize a line by yourself. You need your team. So that's why that little list right there allows you to figure out who is on your team, who's working, who's doing the activity. Now, the first person, the most important person on your team is you. Your team is doing exactly what you're doing. Exactly. So if you will do what you're supposed to do and model it, they'll do what you do. And you don't have to worry about what the volume is. And you don't have to worry about what your rank is, because activity leads to all of that. So if you're doing the right activity, you'll get the results you want. And so will your team. Even are you ready? I wasn't doing the right activity. I was posting twice a day. I was making up my own posts. How many of you look around and find a post and post it? I was doing that. So guess what? Y'all were doing that. I can make a really great post. You know why? I've spent years doing it. I've got some skills. I got new people on my team that they're brand new. They don't have any skills. They can't do what I do. But you know what they can do? Go to boards and find 7 days worth of pre-made posts that start with a curiosity, that go to a before and after that stops the scroll, that go to some science, that then goes to a fear of missing out, and then goes to a call of action, and then goes to a fear of missing out, and then goes to a call of action. Do you understand that all 7 of those need to happen in a row for you to move your friend who stopped the scroll to move to your inbox and ask you what they are? If you will schedule 2 posts a day, they won't see them all. If you will schedule 2 posts a day, your friends will see a series. Because when you stop the scroll and they look at the post, what do? They scroll backwards. They lurk. How many of you are Friends lovers? The TV show Friends, they talked about the lurker. They're lurkers. Your friends are lurkers. They're like scrolling back. And if they saw 7 of them and it walked them through a marketing of how someone makes a decision, they're going to jump in your inbox. And then what are you going to do? You're not going to know everything. You're not going to have a conversation with them. You're going to use the 2 text scripts. Why? Because you're training them to do the exact same thing. And if you can get them in motion and having success in their first 7 to 10 days, they'll never go anywhere, because they created income to get to their why. So don't have even if it's your sister that says, what are those drops? You go to the text script and you don't say, hi, I'm so glad you asked. You can take hi out. You can take hi, because that sounds like a robot, right? You know the greeting, but that's the only thing that changes. And then you send the simple explanation so that they know they don't have to learn everything. Send. And it ends with a reason. It's going to say, what I buy these in bulk to save people money. And what do they ask? How much are they? 2. Text 2. The second one. Why? Because sometimes you have a fear of telling someone how much they are, and you want to reduce them and give them away. How many of you have given a box of drops away? Don't tell me, don't raise your hands. I know. Yeah, I love all of you. You're like, I give them away. But when you give them away, then they think they have to give them away. And they're like, ooh, I don't want to have to give my boxes of drops away. So remember, you're training them. So just send the script. Why? Because you're going to make 50 bucks. And then in a week, you're going to offer them to do the same. That's right. They pay for it, they'll work for it. All right. 90%. Here's the numbers. Are you ready? 90% of people who get in your DMs asking what the drops are will purchase a box from you if they get the 2 first texts. We mess that up. If your numbers are lower, you're not following those scripts. And they're asking for info and you're sending them 7 things and it's taking them forever to get through the information you sent them and the video to watch. Send the first 2 posts first before you ever send any other information. Then you can answer their questions, but most people will buy off of the first 2 scripts if you send them. All right. Now we're going to come back to what we do afterwards. But what I'd like to do is I would like to introduce you to somebody. She's incredible. Are you ready? Miss Tracy. Miss Tracy Mazurowski. Can you unmute?
Hello.
Hi.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
I'm doing marvelous.
You are?
Yes. I'm actually selling drops while we're not here too.
I love it when that
Multitasking.
All right, I'm going to join you on here. Hey, everybody. Welcome, Tracy Mazurowski. She's incredible. You're going to love her. Give her some love in the chats. So, Tracy, tell us where you're from.
I'm from Richmond, Ohio, right on the border of Pennsylvania and West Virginia, right in the tri-state area.
All right. So we got some Ohio in the house. I love it. I love it. All right. Tell us your story. First off, how long have you been here at Partner Co?
Just a little over 6 weeks. So it's going to be 7 weeks at the beginning of next week. And go ahead.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
Never. I actually prayed for 2 years that I wanted to work from home. I prayed for 2 years that God would send me the business that I 100% believed in, because I don't like to sell things I'm not sold on. And sure enough, that happened.
He works like that, huh?
Yes, he does.
All right. So over the last crazy 6 weeks, so how did you hear about Partner Co?
Well, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a post from Tara Sillich. Tara Sillich, that's how I know her, because she grew up in the same church as we did. And anyhow, when I saw her post, I knew immediately that what I had prayed for and what Tara was saying those times had intersected. And I knew that if Tara posted it, it was the truth. So I immediately messaged her and purchased drops.
And purchase the drops. So do you guys hear what she said? It was warm market, and your warm market trusts you. So if you believe in something and you post, it wasn't Tara's post.
No.
It was a post.
Right.
And when you saw it, you took away the skepticism and said, what is she doing? Right? So what are you doing 6 weeks later? What has happened? You can talk about your story. You can talk about your business.
Perfect. So what happened at that very moment? I bought the drops, but then I knew that the business part, I got in the business like immediately from purchasing the drops, because I thought this is the moment in time. When I tried the drops, but let me back up one moment. I was diagnosed with lung cancer. It was a year ago in September. I had surgery, lost all energy, willingness to work out, anything that was healthy, and I had gained weight. I was feeling very uncomfortable in my body. So I ordered these drops and started to try them. I immediately, with day 2, noticed my energy level changing. I noticed I started to walk again. I walked a mile and a half the first day, and that was unheard of because where I live, it's very hilly. So I was going up hills, and I knew what I was feeling was for real. So I immediately got excited. I started to share it with my friends and family, but my family thought I lost my mind. They were still skeptic. So, but my daughter lives next door, and she started to peer out the window and saw mom doing these hill climbs. And she immediately, like, she started telling her husband, and they're like, okay, let me try them. So I provided the drops for both my daughters, and they started to try them, immediately saw results. Needless to say, they are both in the business now. They are partners with me. But what happened was the excitement of what really started to transform my body spilled over into my friends and family and those on Facebook. And I sold 170 boxes of drops. Let's see, that would have been up to last week, in a matter of 6 weeks. And when these people are getting on the drops and seeing the same results, then I offer becoming a partner. But it has changed my life. And what I also wanted to say, my husband had a stroke, 2 strokes, so he was out of work for 7 months. The timing of this business and what I'm making now has transformed my life in 6 weeks. Like, it just blows my mind. And what I did, I followed the lead. Tara passed, let me just say this real quick. You're only as good as those that are around you. And that was a great quote. And I believe that was, I'm trying to think, the great writer. Anyhow, it's so true, because when you get in line behind Dr. Kristal and behind Tara Stewart, and you get in the flow and you follow what they're telling you, and you see it start to happen and your business start to explode, and then you duplicate yourself. Like my daughter, my son-in-law and daughter, they're doing incredible. Like, she's on the brink of breaking senior vice president in 6 weeks time. My other daughter is just been in probably 3 weeks, and hers is exploding. But it's the excitement of having a product that is 100% what it says and getting around contagious people like yourself.
and like you, and like attracts like, right? So here's the thing. I don't know if you guys caught that. She has a downline that is hitting senior vice president. You guys, in 6 weeks, Tracy is on the cusp of officer.
Mhm.
And so we don't, and Ed is awesome. And so absolutely, we're loving on Tracy, because girl, that's incredible. I'm so excited for you. And so, I mean, you guys, just in drops alone, with the retail profit, she's made $8,500.
Yes.
How many of you, that if you started to do what Tracy is doing, that could change your life? That doesn't talk about her commissions.
No.
It's not her commission. So Tracy, what are you doing?
What I'm doing is exactly what you mentioned earlier. My why was huge. Okay. My why was my husband was out of work. I wasn't working, and that was my why. But my why has surpassed now my need. And so it's grown to bigger things. But I posted twice a day. I followed the 7-day from boards and posted twice a day. I answered the direct messages with the scripts that were provided. So simple. And, Brent shared that in our training, that if you will just follow what the leadership is saying, use the drops yourself, and be so sold on them that you're contagious, your business is going to explode. And it's not because I'm somebody special. It is there for every one of you. It's amazing. And
No, I love it. You're doing it.
me too. I'm like,
You're
feeling it.
proving what we've said is someone with no experience. Some
Correct.
of us get in our own way. I was getting in my own way.
Mhm.
I literally, like, you inspired me. You're one of the people that inspired me to go back and keep it simple. And
That's so
so we started a challenge, and I'm going to challenge every single one of you on here today. It's the beginning of May. We started a challenge for the month of May. If people would go in and schedule a 7-day post series, right? They're in the 7 days, and to post, to schedule them. And we said, I'm in for the whole month of May. How many of you, I'll give you the details, but how many of you would be all in on that? Do you want what the type of results Tracy has got?
Mhm.
And obviously many people. Susan Franks, hitting chairperson. Can we give a shout out to Susan Franks, hitting chairperson, and her team? They're doing the same thing, you guys. We're all doing something simple. So Tracy, I just want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
being.
for helping change my life. It's wonderful.
All right. Thank you. We'll talk later for
Okay,
sure. Okay. Bye now.
bye.
All right. So I'm going to remove the spotlight so that I can see all your faces again. All right. Was that exciting? Did it kind of go to your gut of what you're supposed to be doing? So now I want to go back to this. You're in. All of you that are saying you're in, I need you to take your team, or you're the first person. We're going to stay on after this call, and I'll be on here. If you want to look, if you need to I want you to schedule your posts. See, that's what we do. That's what changes it, is we stand in the gap with you. If you need to get your posts scheduled, today's the day to schedule them. And I'll stay on so that if somebody's having problems, I can maybe walk you through how to get. So there's a couple things. We're going to do that. For those of you who already know how to do it, you can go. If you've already posted your schedules, you'll be able to go. Don't go yet. Don't go yet. I'm not done. Okay. I still got another rock star for you to hear from. 2 optimized lines. I am not making an income claim. Are you ready? In base commissions, if you have 2 lines optimized, you're making $8,000 a month. That's $2,000 a week from the one optimized pay line. Power line is there. One pay line is there. And then in savings account bonus, you would make another 2,000. So that's 10 grand a month. Times that by 12 is $120,000 for the year. That's a 6-figure income. Tracy is 6 weeks in and approaching officer. Well, that's pretty cool, because that's the equivalent of halfway to being optimized. Tracy, continue to do what you're doing. You've got the ball rolling. And as long as your team is duplicating what you're doing, you've already proved you could do it, and it will just continue to happen. And so you're looking by the end of the summer to optimize 2 lines. Now, is that difficult? Do you know what she did? She has found, if she went back and looked, probably 3 to 6 people in each one of her lines that are posting twice a day. Every day. So what she's going to do is go to that board and she's going to write their name in. Number 1, Ashley. Why? Because Ashley's posting twice a day. I know. I go and look. See, that's the thing, is I can go look on your Facebook and see if you're doing what we're coaching. I know if you're trainable and teachable because I know where to look. And there's no judgment. I just know if you're doing it. But I also can help you. Because if you're changing the posts, the scripts, do you know what I know you're doing? You're not scheduling them. Because if you scheduled and you sat there and you put in 7 days worth, you don't have time to go in and edit all of those. And when you edit it, you screw it up. You change the marketing. See, those were done on purpose. Those were proven. How many of you know that in week 1, when the girl in the hot pink tank top hits, it's like a slot machine. It's like ding, 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 ding. I'm like ready to post that to the top of my Facebook post in Facebook and see if it'll work the same way. That hot pink tank top. Wow. It is day 4 or 5. Every single time a brand new person will reach out to me and be like, oh my gosh, Kristal, everybody's asking me. Well, it's not just the tank top. It was the 4 days before it of setting the environment for it. And then when it hit, we do a call to action and then we post it again. And then we have a fear of missing out. See, there's method to the madness. So I see people asking, how do you schedule? We're going to go over that. But in your Facebook, if you were to, on your phone, you picked it up and you went to Facebook, you click on your profile picture and it brings open your profile, your page, right? Your wall. And if you look at your profile picture and you go kind of catty corner, you'll see 3 little dots and you'll click on that. And it's going to open up about 12 things. And the third one from the bottom, it says, turn on professional mode. When you turn on professional mode, it allows you to schedule posts. Now, some of you might not have that option when you do it. And what I have found out is it's because most of the time, you don't have a first and last name. You've given yourself a middle name. You've put your spouse on there with you. And so Facebook doesn't think you're a real person. They think you're a robot. They think that they want a first name, last name. So if you will go in and edit your profile name and change it to 2 names, first name, last name, no hyphens, no business name, first name, last name, real person, then you'll then go back and professional mode will almost always be there. Okay. After the call, I'll answer any other questions on that. All right. So you take those 2 lines and you identify who's posting twice a day, 7 days. For all of you who are all in, we're going to post, we're going to go in and schedule the whole month's worth. This is the magic. Do you know why this is magical? Because life gets in the way. You have the best intentions of doing your business every single day. Some of you really care what other people think about you. You go in and start scheduling these posts and all of a sudden you don't care because they're not paying your bills. And there will be a moment in there where you're like, I can't believe I'm doing this. And all of a sudden it's like this Rocky moment. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to post it anyway. Dun, 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 dun. Nobody's paying my bills but me. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to build a team and God's going to use me. Dun, 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 dun. I'm tired of living this way. And you're going to get out of your own way. Post twice a day. answer the messages in your inbox with 2 scripts and send them a box of drops. Da-da-da. You guys don't want to hear my voice right now? Here's the deal. You don't get to throw your arms up in the air until you have the follow-up call with them. See, during that, there's one magic moment when you scheduled the post, because now you show up on Facebook authentically. I don't go in trying to figure out what post I'm going to post. Now I just show up on posts and I just have my normal day, and I let you guys see my dog who ate my brand new shoes, and I want to throw him at him and beat him with it, but I didn't, right? I just get to be Kristal. And I just have my little posts that pop up, and I have messages, and I go back and I see if anybody want to drops in my messages, but then I'm just me on Facebook. And then who wants to build a team? You want the next magic moment? Stop checking up on people. Start following up with people. 2 very different things. Don't check in. Week 1, how you doing? Oh my gosh, they're gonna tell you it's why I quit being a doctor. All of a sudden, they can't poo, they can't this, they can't that. I only lost 3 pounds. You're like, oh, for the love, I need Dr. Kristal. No, you don't. I don't want to answer those questions either. You don't get healthy in a week. You got to detox. You got to go through the program. Tag them in Dr. Strand's video and say, watch this. Okay. So when I follow up with them, I say, tell me the good news. And I want to do it on a phone call. I want to call them because I'm going to be their teammate soon in about 2 seconds. Because when I say, tell me the good news, I get them to focus on me. I get them to focus on the positives. And they were going to tell me all the reasons that they haven't got what they want yet. And instead, I just shook their boat. I shook their snow globe. They're like, whoa, what? I'm like, tell me the good news. Well, I mean, I am sleeping all night. Oh my gosh, I'm celebrating them. Wesley Levens calls it the celebration call. Our team is now calling it a CC. So as soon as he starts having and telling me his wins, his things that are good about the drops, I message who would be his potential upline. What pay line am I working? Where am I going to be placing the next person? I don't need to know. I'm going to put them in the queue when they order. But what line? Oh, Ashley's. So I message Ashley, CC. She knows that means celebration call. And she sends me thumb up. I go, oh my gosh, Tracy, hold on a second. Click over, call Ashley. This is awkward. I'm going to tell you 2 awkward moments in the next 3 minutes. You have to be awkward here to make 6 figures. Stop thinking that you get to do it with no awkwardness. But awkwardness is fear, and fear is fake. So let me tell you the magic that happens in that awkwardness that you can focus on instead of the fear. The minute that I call Ashley and I merge her over, it's awkward. It's awkward. And you go, Tracy. All of a sudden I got an accent like Wesley. So you're all going to know this in a second. I say, Tracy, you've got to tell Ashley what you just told me. She's like, oh, tell her your win. She's like, what? Well, I slept all night. And Ashley, here's the magic. Oh my gosh, that is so incredible. And in that minute, a team is created. A team. You just welcomed somebody into your playground group. Come play with us. That's the magic. That's the awkwardness is worth a new friend. And now she goes, well, I mean, my pants are a little bit looser. Now she starts talking about all the things because now she knows someone cares. And Ashley, listen, she's on there for less than a minute. And she goes, I am so happy for you. I'm going to see you over in the circle of health. I am rooting for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Before you get off with Kristal, make sure she tells you about the $29.95 benefit. Bye. And she's gone. Took 1 minute. We created a team, and I'm a volleyball player. She set the ball in the air for me. I go, do you have a minute? I do. Okay, I'm going to tell you about the $29.95 benefit. Hold on. I go to boards and I text her hormone balance. It's in the slides. It goes in your boards. It says social media, text scripts, hormone, body balancing, skinny drops, and it's a slide deck. It's photos. I'm like, I just sent it to you. Can you open it up? Yeah. And I go through that in about 3 minutes. Partner Co., legacy brand company. When I say Craftsman Tools, you say Sears. If I said RX, you'd be like, who's RX? But you would say Slenderize. Just like Sears, they don't exist, either does RX. But these drops do, and so do Craftsman's Tools. So you can get these drops from Partner Co. See that next photo? They have over 100 different nutritional products, all in the health and wellness category. You're going to be able to order any of those in. What makes them special? Next photo is a board of doctors that go through them all. All right. So next one, you can see there's the drops. And I want you to go through those photos and I want you to practice how, when I get to the pictures of before and afters, I go, you can go back and look at these photos. It's pretty cool though to see everybody's results that they're getting. Go to the slide or the photo that says option 1. You bought them from me for retail for $150. But Ashley let the cat out of the bag. For $29.95, you can purchase from Partner Co. If you set it up to come to you every month until you get through this whole experience with Slenderize, you're going to get them for $122.95 a month. So one time you pay the $29.95, so that's like $152. So it's pretty much the same price as getting them from me again. And then after that, you would have access. You're going to get digital tools, which is a username and password to be able to access Partner Co. Now, the next photo is what most people are doing because everybody wants their drops for free. I have a 7-day social campaign that I can send you. I can show you how to post it on your Facebook and actually schedule it in about 20 minutes. And when you do, your friends are going to see the post just like you did. And they're going to ask you what they are. And I've got exactly what to say. You literally go click send. And they'll pay you the $50 instead of me. And on those 3 boxes, your drops would be free. So do you want your boxes for free or do you just want 1 box for yourself? I go to partner.co. I create a smart link. I leave it as default so that it's going to the queue so I can place them anywhere later. And I send them the link. I put either 1 box in or I put 4 boxes in. I send them the link. I'm like, okay, I just sent you the link. Ding, 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 ding. I get a little email. I'm on there while they're enrolling. Now I can say, do you want me to show you how to do a post now, or do we need to schedule some time? Let's schedule it. Great. Or let's do it now. And I help them schedule their first post. I help them turn on professional mode. I help them download boards right there. I onboard them. Why? To optimize. Every person who buys a box of drops should get that phone call, should get a follow-up, should get the opportunity to save or get them for free, period. And if you are selling people multiple boxes of drops, all you're doing is not creating residual income. All you're doing is not getting duplication. You're not leveraging their warm market. You're not throwing the blessing. You're burying it in the dirt and covering it. Let it grow. Grow a team with it. Build your own community with it. Okay. You can tell I get a little passionate. Are you ready? We're going to end this with a fire star. Are you ready? All right. So hold on 1 second here. Let me come back. Oh, that was bad. Hold on. Where'd you go? There you are. Oh, hold on. I don't know if I have. Can somebody help me spotlight Wesley Lovins and have him unmute? Wes, you can unmute. You're a co-host.
Yes.
Hi. All right. I'm trying to find you. There you are. I'm like, I can't see you. Everybody, I want to introduce you to, I've been hanging out with Too Far because now I'm sounding a little bit like Wesley Lovins. And he is, oh, wow, power. Just power. That's who you are. So, now Wes does have experience here. So I wanted to show you two ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
Someone who has no experience and someone who does. So will you let everybody know who you are and what you're doing?
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name's Wes, and I'm so excited to be here. I think yesterday made 7 weeks that I started with Partner Co. and decided 8 weeks on journey, and this morning I'm down 20 pounds. Yeah. And I see it, I feel it. You know, at first you're like, I don't know if I can tell. I don't know if I can tell. But I'm currently wearing Kentucky, and I've not worn this shirt in 3 years. It's been hanging in my closet. It might be a little dusty, but we're going to dust it off.
You're shopping your closet. Isn't that a good
In my
feeling?
closet? You know, I had my skinny clothes, and then I've got fat clothes because for a while I've been, you know, up and down and up and down. But first of all, I just want to say this: I am in love with these drops. Number one, because I'm not eating the keyboard right off the desk. Number two is because I actually feel like living instead of sitting on the couch and couch rotting. And so that's what we call it here in Kentucky. If you lay on the couch, you're couch rotten. So, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a respiratory therapist. I work full time in the hospital. I am a young adult pastor. My wife and I have about 60 kids in our group. I also lead worship for our church. My wife and I also own I was going to say part-time, but it's wedding season. So my wife and I do fresh florals for weddings, and it is wedding season. Let me tell you, we've got a lot going on. We have 6 children. I have 1 granddaughter. I've got 1 son that was supposed to get married in September, that's now decided to get married June the 8th and give me 1 month to get a wedding together. So I feel like this is going to be my heart, what I feel like I need to say to everyone this morning, if that would be okay. if you would allow me to do that.
Please.
I told you all of that to say this. We are busy, okay? Everybody is busy, but there are moments that you like, I hear a lot of people say, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm busy here and I'm running here. So am I. And so you can do this business and do it well in just the little corners of your life. Okay. Number one, this may not be appropriate, but I'm just going to say it. You have to go to the bathroom sometime. Okay. Even when I'm working full time, I'm still working my business. Yeah. And so you got to go to the bathroom sometime. You do get breaks. I'm a respiratory therapist, like I said, and, I work 12-hour shifts. Well, I do, our treatment rounds are like Q4, Q6. So in between my treatment rounds, guess where I'm at? I'm in the utility closet working my drop business. Okay. So just
And
say
why are you willing to do that?
why? Because I know that there is a future here at Partner Co. And also, I just know it and I feel it. Number one, you are amazing. Okay. And I appreciate every moment that you help us, everything that you do. You've made we don't really have anything to do. You've already done it for us. So if you follow the system and follow what Dr. Kristal has already set up for us, you will build a business. Even so, I do want to say this too. Sometimes you get stumbling blocks, and we had a bump in the road. I had a bump in the road. But did it stop me? Absolutely not. And it's not going to. I'm going to continue to go on. And of course, I don't even have to elaborate. Me and Dr. Kristal know what we're talking about. But I had a bump in the road. Oh, wait a minute. Let me back up. Also, in the midst of all the things that we do, my dad had open heart surgery. My mother-in-law's been in the hospital for 7 weeks. Okay. So
No.
don't come at me and tell me you don't have time, because you've got time. It's just in moments. I said I work in the hospital, and when I'm out,
Wes,
I'm in the hospital.
how many boxes of drops have you sold in the last 7 weeks?
Well, I've not actually so 2 weeks ago I'd sold over 200. So I've not updated a count yet. So I've ordered 4 10-packs this week. So I'll have to count. I don't really know. Yes. Yep.
And you heard everything that he's going through. And I just want you to know that his upline leader failed him. And I found out that he was handwriting and did not know about pirate ship.
Oh.
And so he hand addressed every single box out the door and took it to the post office.
And put them in TJ Maxx bags and toted them to the post office.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Be a better upline. Teach your downline pirate ship, please, please, please.
Yes. Please download Pirate Ship. And I actually just started using it yesterday.
Pretty handy, isn't it?
I'm in love. I'm in love. It's and I bought this little Bluetooth printer, laser printer off of Amazon. Bluetooth's right from my phone. I played with it all day yesterday. And it's wonderful. It's a wonderful little tool. So yes, I'm so thankful for Pirate Ship, because I was making lots of trips to the post office.
So you guys, Wes is posting twice a day. He's using the system. He's shipping the boxes. He's doing his conversion calls. He loves creating teams, so that comes naturally. And like, your team is exploding. I am so excited about the people you're coming on, and everybody's journey looks different. Like I always say, your business is pregnant. It's getting ready, and you don't know the day that the baby's coming. But when it comes, it's like, oh my gosh. And Wes's, like, you're going to see Wes's business go like this, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what is he doing now? The same thing he was doing in the beginning, but the baby came due. And that might be you right now. You may be sitting here going, I'm doing what you're saying. Keep doing it. Just tweak it. Make sure that make sure you're listening with 2 ears. Make sure you're doing exactly. It's a phone call. It's an awkward moment. Create a team. It's a onboard them, help them make their first post. That's the second awkward moment, isn't it, Wes? When you have to teach someone how to do boards and you go, hey, will you post that? I want you to post that post. And that is awkward.
Yep.
But what happens in that moment when you see someone? What have you seen when your team member makes their first post and starts posting?
Well, your business just goes straight up. I mean, it's an attractional marketing. And I will say this too. A lot of times, like, I'm still learning. I don't know the ins and outs of the business, and I don't have to, because I know that it's there. And so sometimes we tend to overthink stuff when we don't need to. We stay up in here and not doing the action. So you have to be in action. Quit overthinking it. Just do it, and just keep selling boxes. Eventually, these boxes that you're selling are going to have great results. And when they have great results, they want to be part of your team. So you offer that to everyone, even if they're not a rock star. Don't discriminate to anyone that is becoming a brand partner, even if they're not a rock star. Well,
That's right.
maybe they just want to enjoy the products, and we have lots on there, that is still volume in your upline, in your line.
Yep.
So you'll have rock stars and you'll have people that just wants to enjoy the product. Still offer the brand partner to everyone, not
That's
just
right.
one, everyone.
That's right. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate you. All right. Any last word you want to say there?
I'm just so excited. And I feel like I have I've got a lot to learn, but I have just the feeling in my heart that I know that I'm in the right place. And
Yes,
so
you are.
therefore, I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of God. I will not promote if it didn't work for me. No way. I'm not selling something that will not work for the money. I'm not going to do that. And everybody that knows me knows that. So if I'm saying it, it's legit. And so I look forward to helping lots of people. My mom lost 9 pounds. So excited for her. So excited for her.
Awesome.
And we just see a lot of people with a lot of results. So I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. That's what you got to do.
There you go. There's the magic. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you. All right, guys. So here's your call to action. Stay on here if you want to sit. We're going to do a power hour. I'm going to sit on here with every last one of you as you schedule your 7 days or your month. I want you to get your post ready to go. Now, here's the thing. If you enroll someone who doesn't want to post twice a day, every day, that's okay. I was that person forever. Brent Palmer wanted to knock me upside the head. He didn't. He loved me anyway. He wants to knock me upside the head a lot. I know. It is what it is. That's what happens between us. But you guys, you're gonna have bonuses. But your business is gonna be built on consistent activity. You want to be that for your upline. I want to respect Brent enough to run the system. I also want to do that for my downline, because if I do what is working, they will do what is working and they will win. I want Wesley Levens to win. I want Tracy Mazurowski to win. I want Cindy Thompson to win. I want Colleen and Mark to win. I want this for you. So who wants to do it? If you're going to post twice a day, every day for the month of May, stay on here. And if you got somewhere to go, or you've already got it set up, then go ahead and go. But if you want to stay here. I'm going to remove my spotlight. I'll make it where you can unmute, and you can, I'll take everybody through making it professional mode, and I'll take you through scheduling a post. Okay. And then from that point, I'll unmute and you can ask questions in the chat. But thank you everybody for coming on here.